The restaurant is drowning in sunlight. It floods through massive windows, too bright, too insistent, coating everything it touches. Crystal glimmers. Silver gleams. White tablecloths glow under the weight of all that light. The kind of place where even the air feels expensive. Where silence has a price. Where people come to celebrate things worth celebrating. But in the far corner, beneath all that relentless brightness, sits a man who looks like he's already attending his own funeral. William, 56. Alone at a table meant for 4. His hands lie flat on the cloth. Fingers just slightly spread, as if bracing for an invisible impact. But this stillness doesn't come from peace. Comes from holding your breath. From wondering whether to surface or not. He doesn't look at the menu beside him. Doesn't glance at other diners. Doesn't seem to exist beyond the space between his hands. That small gap on the table, 6 inches wide, feels like the only thing he can still control. Around him, life hums forward. Table 6, a couple leans in, whispering laughter. That kind of light sound that belongs to people who still believe in forever. Table 9, businessmen clink glasses. Toasting success. Their voices loud, unshaken. Forks scrape plates. A phone vibrates. Champagne catches the light like liquid gold. The world keeps turning. And William sits, unmoving, like someone who's already let go. The sun catches the side of his face. Unforgiving. Harsh. It shows everything. The gray at his temples. The tired eyes. The weight on his features, once handsome, perhaps, before life caved them in. His suit is immaculate. Charcoal gray. Perfect fit. Tie knotted just right. Shoes polished to a mirror. But his hands won't stop trembling. Alexis notices first. She approaches with notepad ready and that professional smile she's worn for 3 years. She can read a customer in 3 seconds. The kind. The rude. The ones who tip. The ones who don't. But this man. He doesn't fit any of them. His hands are flat on the table. Fingers wide. And they're shaking. Not visibly. Not enough for most to notice. But enough for someone who's truly looking. Enough to feel like something inside him is collapsing. Quietly. She stops. A step away. Good afternoon, sir. Her voice comes softer than usual. Gentler. Instinctive. What can I get started for you today? No answer. He doesn't look up. His eyes stay locked between his palms. Still. Silent. Seconds pass. 5. 10. Then he speaks. Water. The word drops like a stone. Flat. Lifeless. Alexis's pen hovers. People don't come here and just order water. He speaks again. And, whatever's cheapest. Time falters. She blinks. His suit alone could pay her rent for months. His watch glints. Old, rare, the kind passed down in wills. His cufflinks, understated, but unmistakably platinum. But his voice sounds like someone practicing what it feels like to have nothing, or preparing for it. The cheapest item would be our soup and bread, sir, she says gently. Fine. Just that. Cold. Final. Like a door shut from the inside. Her grip tightens on the pen. Everything she's trained to do says, write it down, smile, walk away. But she can't. She's watching his breathing now, and it's wrong. Too controlled. Too exact. The kind they teach when you're trying not to fall apart in public. In for 4. Hold for 7. Out for 8. He's barely hanging on. I'll bring that right out, sir. She steps back. But something in her, that quiet, wordless instinct, makes her glance once more before leaving. and what she sees stops her heart. His eyes are shut. Both hands now rest over his chest, one stacked over the other. Head bowed, not in prayer, in surrender. Bathed in sunlight, surrounded by laughter and celebration. He looks like someone who's forgotten how to want anything at all. The tremor spreads to his shoulders, his breath. He didn't come for food. That realization hits her like a wave. He came for something else. Something final. She tears her gaze away, moves toward the kitchen, fast, gripping the notepad like a lifeline. She's served thousands, but never someone who ordered, like they were saying goodbye. And as she pushes through the kitchen doors, light still burning against her back, only one thought echoes in her mind. Something is terribly, catastrophically wrong with the man at table 12. And she might be the only one who sees it. The kitchen is chaos wrapped in stainless steel. Orders fire rapid from the pass. Pans hiss. Timers scream. The head chef barks in that tone that means everything's already late. Steam rises in thick clouds, turning the air hot and heavy. Alexis stands at the order window, ticket in hand, staring at what she just wrote. Table 12. Soup, bread, water. $6.47. Her hand won't stop shaking. You good. Marcus, the expo, glances over while plating garnishes like a machine. He's worked here longer than anyone. Seen everything. Nothing rattles him. But something in her face makes him pause. Yeah, fine. The lie tastes bitter. She clips the ticket. Forces her body to move. Smile, serve, don't get involved. But her hands tremble as she refills the water pitchers. Her mind won't let go of William's closed eyes. His hands over his chest, like he was trying to hold something inside that wanted to shatter. She's worked here 3 years. 3 years learning that wealth speaks in many dialects. Some loud, some quiet, all laced with control. She's served tech execs glued to phones. Trust fund kids who never learned, please. Sweet couples who left 25% tips and asked about her day. But never someone who ordered like they were rehearsing what it means to have nothing. Through the kitchen window, table 12 is barely visible. William hasn't moved. Still, staring at something, or nothing. The dining room flows around him like clockwork. Servers glide. Wine pours. Dessert menus land with practiced ease. This place charges $50 for appetizers. And yet, in the middle of it all, William sits untouched by any of it. An island of absolute stillness in a sea of motion. Order up. Table 12. The chef's voice breaks her trance. She turns. The soup waits under a heat lamp, steam curling gently. Beside it, a cloth-lined basket with 3 pieces of bread. $6.47. For a man wearing a watch that could buy a car. She lifts the tray. Her hands feel disconnected, like she's watching herself move from a distance. The weight is so light, it feels wrong. Marcus catches her eye again. You sure you're okay? Yeah, just long shift. Another lie. The truth is harder to say. She recognizes that kind of pain. Not the loud kind. The buried kind. The kind her father wore for months after his business collapsed. She remembers him sitting at their kitchen table, staring at bills, breathing carefully, silent. She once made him coffee, sat in front of him without speaking. Years later, he told her. Those 15 minutes of quiet saved him. That memory presses on her chest as she moves through the dining room. Other servers breeze past. Table 8 wants more wine. 15 wants dessert. But her focus stays on table 12. On him. She sees what she missed before. The collar loose on his neck. Maybe he lost weight. A pale band on his ring finger, a wedding ring removed, recently. The small things that speak louder than words. He senses her coming. His shoulders stiffen, almost imperceptibly. "Your soup, sir." Her voice is soft, gentle. She sets the bowl down carefully, arranges the bread. Her hands move by habit, but her thoughts race. "Are you okay? What happened? Why are you really here?" William doesn't look up. He reaches for the spoon slowly, as if his arm weighs too much. His fingers wrap around it. He lifts it, and pauses. He doesn't eat. She should leave. She knows that. But she doesn't move. "Is there anything else I can get for you?" 3 seconds pass. Then, almost a whisper. "No." A pause. Then, "This is enough." The words land heavy. Because he's not talking about food. He's talking about something else. Something that makes every nerve in her body say, "This moment matters. More than you know." "Okay." Her voice catches. "I'll check back soon." She steps away. Returns to the station. Pretending everything is normal. But nothing is. From across the room, she watches. He lowers the spoon back to the table, untouched. Lifts a piece of bread. Holds it. Doesn't eat that either. He just sits there, surrounded by joy, motion, noise. Looking like a man who's already decided it's not worth staying. And Alexis, 30 feet away, a water pitcher clutched in trembling hands, feels a cold realization settle in her spine. She's watching someone say goodbye to the world. And she has no idea how to stop it. 20 minutes pass like hours. Alexis moves through her section on autopilot, refilling waters, clearing plates, smiling at customers who don't really see her. But part of her never leaves table 12. She watches William in passing glances, small devastations unfolding in real time. The way he lifts the spoon, pauses, then sets it down untouched. The way he tears a piece of bread, holds it like it weighs far more than it should, then leaves it resting on the edge of his plate. He doesn't eat, just stares at it, like it holds answers he's not ready to hear. Around him, the restaurant pulses with a life that feels almost obscene. At table 7, a businessman laughs too loudly at his own joke. His companions respond on cue, polite, performative. At table 4, a woman debates dessert like it's a court case. Chocolate torte versus crème brûlée, as if it matters. At table 9, a family celebrates something. Graduation, maybe. The parents beam. The son smiles beneath discomfort. Someone orders champagne. Life everywhere. Except table 12. Alexis is taking an order. Salmon, medium rare. When she sees it, William's shoulders begin to shake. Not dramatically. Just a tremor. Quiet. Contained. The kind that begins in the spine and spreads. His head bows forward. One hand covers his eyes. Fingers pressed hard, like he's holding his skull together. And for 4 full seconds, Alexis watches him break. Then, a breath. Deliberate. Controlled. His back straightens, one vertebra at a time. His hand drops. He adjusts his tie, perfectly. The mask returns. Posture composed. Expression still. But she saw it. The fracture. The moment the weight became too much. The seconds where pretending failed. And something inside her cracks open. Because she's worn that mask too. Different reasons, same pressure. 2 years ago, after her mother died and the bills swallowed her whole, she sat in this very parking lot, hands on the steering wheel, trying to find one reason to walk inside. She found it. Barely. and watching William now. She wonders if he's still looking for his Miss. The customer at table 5. Sorry. Salmon, medium rare, dressing on the side. She writes it down, her hands faintly numb. Anything else? That's all. Thanks. She processes the order, returns to the rhythm. But her mind stays on William. His phone sits face down. No vibrations. No calls. No one checking in. His water, untouched since it was poured. As if even drinking feels too heavy. He keeps rubbing his left ring finger. The tan line is still fresh. Small things. Devastating things. Marcus passes with a tray. You're hovering, he says quietly. Whatever's up at table 12, it's not your problem. I know. Do you? She doesn't answer. Because Marcus doesn't know what she knows. That sometimes, the smallest gesture matters. That being seen, truly seen, can be the difference between holding on and letting go. Her manager passes with a clipboard. Table 8 needs water. 6 wants their check. Move. Alexis nods. Grabs a pitcher. Refills glasses at table 8 with a smile that doesn't touch her eyes. But her focus never leaves William. He's staring out the window now. Not at anything, just beyond the glass, at people who have no idea a man inside is unraveling. The sunlight hits his face. Reveals lines worn deep. Gray hair at his temples. Exhaustion etched into skin like a map of quiet defeat. He looks like someone who fought a long war, and finally accepted he won't win. Back at the service station, Alexis sets down the pitcher. Her hands won't steady. She has 6 tables. Orders pending. But her mind circles one thing. The man who ordered like he was saying goodbye. And the crushing truth. If she walks away now, if she lets this moment pass, she'll always wonder. Her hand moves to her apron pocket. Finds her notepad. Fingers grip a pen. Before doubt creeps in, before fear or policy stops her, she decides. She's going to do something. She doesn't know what. But watching William sit there, so composed, so isolated, so close to the edge, she knows one thing for certain. Doing nothing is not an option. Some moments demand more than protocol. Some moments require you to break the rules, because following them would mean turning your back on someone who's silently asking to be seen. And this is one of those moments. The kitchen feels like another world. Steel, tile, knives striking cutting boards like drums. Orders shouted in a language only the staff speaks. Lunch rush at its peak, every station in motion, every burner lit. Alexis stands with her back against the cold walk-in fridge door. Hands trembling. She stares at them. Detached. The same tremor she saw in William's fingers half an hour ago. She's not supposed to care this much. Service 101. Be efficient. Be pleasant. Stay professional. Don't get involved. Customers come, eat, leave. You're just part of the machine. But some moments don't stay outside the skin. Some moments sink in and refuse to be ignored. They demand something more. Marcus passes with a tray, slows when he sees her. You good? Yeah. Just needed a second. He studies her. 3 years working side by side. He knows that face. Table 12. She nods. Look, he says gently. You've got a good heart. But you can't save everyone who walks in looking sad. It's not your job. I know. Do you? The question lingers. Because the truth is more complicated. 2 years ago, her father sat at their kitchen table. Bills everywhere, head in his hands, trembling. The kind of stillness that comes after too many losses. She made coffee, sat across from him, said nothing. Years later, he told her, voice breaking, that those 15 minutes were what stopped him from walking into the garage and not coming back. Not the coffee, not the words, just the presence, the act of being seen. That memory sits heavy in her chest now, undeniable. I have to do something, she whispers. Marcus sighs. Not annoyed, just tired. Then do it fast. Manager's watching. He picks up the tray and vanishes. Alexis straightens her apron. Her hands still won't settle. She heads to the dessert station. Everything looks wrong. Too perfect. Too rich. Too much. Torts. Creme brulees. Tiramisu dusted like they mean something. None of it fits. Then her eyes drop. Bottom shelf. Back corner. A single chocolate chip cookie, wrapped in plastic. Cheap. Ordinary. Overlooked. Perfect. She picks it up. Holds it like it matters. This is absurd. William could buy this restaurant. He didn't eat the soup. Didn't touch the bread. And here she is, thinking a cookie might fix something broken inside him. Still, her hands move. She unwraps the cookie, places it on a small white plate, the kind used for lemon wedges. Then, she does something she's never done in 3 years. She reaches for a napkin. White. Plain. Her pen hovers. What do you write to someone who's drowning? She thinks of her father. Of what she wishes someone had said when he was sinking. And then, the words come. Slow. Careful. True. She writes 7 words. Simple. Maybe presumptuous. But real. She folds the napkin. Precise. Places it beside the cookie. Her pulse pounds. Heart in her throat. Every nerve on edge. This could get her fired. Customers don't want to be seen. They want service, not emotion. No one asks their waitress to cross a line. But when she closes her eyes, she sees William's face, his stillness, his hands, his breath, counted and strained, the quiet of someone already half gone. She picks up the plate. Cookie. Napkin. Small. Inconsequential. Necessary. Dessert for table 12. A sous chef calls. Something like that. She doesn't wait. Doesn't hesitate. Pushes through the doors. Back into the light. Into the world still spinning around a man who isn't sure he belongs in it. Her legs feel distant. Unsteady. Each step toward table 12 is too fast and too slow all at once. She passes table 7, the businessman wiping sauce from his chin. Table 4, the woman choosing her dessert like it matters. Table 9, laughter, photos, memories being made. Normal life. Unaware of the man who may not want another normal day. She clutches the plate tighter. She doesn't know if this will help. Doesn't know if anything can, when someone's that far gone. But she knows what silence does. She knows what happens when people look away. Because she's lived it. Been invisible in full rooms. Known what it means to drown while others walk past. And she refuses to be that person. She refuses to walk away. Some moments demand more than the job. Some moments demand courage, and this is one of them. William is staring at the soup when she approaches. Steam is gone. The surface still. Cold. The spoon untouched. The bread, 3 carefully placed slices, left exactly as they came. 27 minutes. Not one bite. Alexis says nothing. No greeting. No warning. She simply walks to his table with the small white plate held in both hands. Sets it down beside his elbow. places the folded napkin on top, and steps back. For a moment, the world keeps turning. Silverware clinks. Laughter rings from table 6. William doesn't move. Still staring. Still silent. Then slowly, his eyes shift. To the cookie. To the folded napkin. His brow furrows. A flicker of confusion. As if trying to reconcile this with everything he thought he understood. He reaches out. His hand shakes, not like before. Deeper now. Like something has broken open inside him. He picks up the napkin. Unfolds it. Slow. Cautious. Afraid of what he'll find. And reads. Alexis doesn't watch. She can't. This moment feels too private, too raw. She turns away. Walks back to the service station on unsteady legs. Her heart pounds. Each beat a question. Was this too much? Was it right? Did it matter? She distracts herself, folding napkins already folded, adjusting settings that don't need adjusting. Anything to avoid looking. 30 seconds. 45. 1 minute. She risks a glance. William is still holding the napkin. Both hands now. Reading it again. And again. His lips move, forming the words silently. You matter. You are seen. Keep going. 7 words. 26 letters. Written on a napkin beside a cookie. And they're unraveling him. His hand rises to cover his mouth. His shoulders begin to shake. Not with restraint, but release. The napkin trembles in his grip. He sets it down gently, like it's sacred, like it might break. Then he lifts the cookie. Doesn't eat it. Just holds it. Like it represents more than flour and sugar. Like it means he's not invisible. And when he finally looks up, his face is wet. Tears trail down both cheeks. He searches the room, eyes scanning, until they find her. 30 feet away. Their eyes lock. 4-3 beats, the room disappears. No noise. No motion. Just 2 people. And something real between them. Connection. Recognition. A shared humanity in silence. Then William does something Alexis will remember forever. He places his hand over his heart. The same gesture from earlier, but not to contain pain. This time, to hold something else. Gratitude. Recognition. Life. Thank you. The words form on his lips. Silent. But she hears them anyway. Her vision blurs. She blinks hard. Forces herself not to cry. She nods. Once. Small. He nods back. And in the bright afternoon light of a restaurant full of ordinary days, 2 strangers share something extraordinary. A moment of unfiltered human connection. She didn't save him. This isn't a fairy tale. Grief doesn't vanish. Pain doesn't evaporate because someone cared. But she reminded him of something he'd forgotten. That even in the darkest moment, someone might still see you. Someone might still care. Sometimes, that's enough. Enough to make you pick up the phone. Call someone. Reach back toward the world. Enough to make your heart remember it still has a reason to beat. William sets the cookie down. Reaches into his jacket. Takes out his phone. Stares at it. Then presses a number. He speaks. Listens. Says something again. Alexis can't hear. But she watches him soften. Not whole. Not healed. But less broken. The call lasts 4 minutes. After it ends, he sits still. Just breathing. In. Out. Alive. Then he picks up the spoon. And this time, he tastes the soup. He stays for another hour. Alexis doesn't go back. Doesn't need to. What passed between them is whole, complete. To return now would break its quiet power. But she notices things. Small gestures that carry meaning louder than words. The way William finally lifts the spoon, really lifts it, and brings it to his mouth. Slow, careful, as if remembering what it means to stay alive. He eats 3 spoonfuls, stops, then 3 more. No hunger, just quiet intention. A decision, moment by moment, to remain. He tears a piece of bread, puts it in his mouth, chews slowly, mechanically. Then he breaks the cookie in half, eats one side, wraps the other in the napkin, her napkin, and slides it into his jacket pocket. Protected, saved, kept close. Alexis pretends to organize menus, straightens nothing that needed straightening. Marcus passes with plates. He's still here. Yeah. You did good, Marcus says, softer than usual. Whatever you did, helped. She can't respond, just nods. The lunch crowd fades. Sunlight shifts across polished tables. Time moves forward. William makes another phone call. This one longer. He listens more than he speaks. Nods often. Rubs his eyes. Exhaustion. Relief. Maybe both. When he hangs up, he stays seated a little longer. Still. Present. Eventually, he raises his hand, asking for the check. Alexis sees it from across the room. Her stomach tightens. This is it. Technically, he's no longer her table. Marcus took over. But she goes anyway. Some moments don't care about protocol. Here you are, sir. She places the check down. Soup, bread, water. $6.47. So little on paper. So much in truth. He opens his wallet slowly. Inside, more cash than most people carry. Credit cards. A photo of a woman, blonde, mid-laugh. His hand hesitates on the picture, then passes it. He pulls out a $100 bill, places it on the check. Sir, I can't. Please. His voice is stronger now, still soft, but anchored. You gave me something that has no price. Let me give you something that does. She wants to protest. Should protest. But his eyes stop her. Not pity. Not power. Just thanks. Real and raw. Thank you, she says, barely louder than breath. He stands. Moves slowly. Carefully. Smooths his jacket. Adjusts his tie. But there's something different now. Not happiness. Not yet. But presence. A man who's chosen, for now, to stay. He pauses by the chair. The one where he almost said goodbye. Can I ask something? She nods. What made you? He gestures at the empty plate. At the air between them. Why? She could lie. Say it was policy or kindness or instinct. But this isn't a moment for lies. Because I saw someone who needed to know they weren't invisible. Silence. Then he breathes, shaky but steady. You were right, he whispers. I felt. He doesn't finish. Doesn't need to. She understands. He extends his hand. She takes it. It's warm. Alive. Steady. My name is William. Alexis. Thank you, Alexis. For seeing me. For caring. For breaking the rules. You're welcome, William. They hold hands for a moment longer. Then he lets go. Takes 3 steps. Pauses. Turns back. The napkin, he says, touching his jacket. I'm going to keep it. Good. Those 7 words. His voice drops. They might have saved my life. Before she can reply, he turns again. Walks toward the door. No longer weighed down. Just walking. Alive. She watches from the window as he steps outside. He lifts his face to the sun. Eyes closed. Then pulls out his phone. Makes another call. And when he walks again, there's something new in his posture. Maybe purpose. Maybe just hope. Marcus appears beside her. You okay? She wipes her eyes. Yeah, I'm okay. What did you write? She smiles. Just something true. Marcus nods. Doesn't push. Whatever it was, I think it was the most important thing you'll ever do here. Maybe. Or maybe she just did what anyone should do. Notice. Care. Reach out. Refuse to look away. 3 hours pass like years. The lunch shift ends. Tables empty. Alexis moves through closing duties on autopilot. Counting tips, rolling silverware, wiping down surfaces already clean. Her hands won't stop shaking. She keeps replaying the moment, William's face when he read those 7 words. The way his shoulders shook. The silent thank you that carried more weight than any spoken one. In the break room, Marcus finds her staring at $93 in tips. You heading out? Yeah. Yeah. She changes out of her uniform, pulling on jeans and a sweater. But today, the shift from server to person feels incomplete, like she's leaving something unfinished. Back out front, her manager stops her. Alexis? There's someone here to see you. Who? Didn't give a name. Said it's important. Near the entrance stands a woman. Early 50s. Elegant. Eyes still red from crying. She holds an envelope. Alexis. Yes. I'm Patricia. William's sister. Her voice breaks. He asked me to come. To say something he couldn't. Not yet. The world tilts. Is he? He's okay, Patricia says gently. Because of you. She offers the envelope. Heavy. Cream-colored. Alexis takes it with shaking hands. He wanted you to know what you did. What you really did. Patricia steps closer. 3 hours ago, my brother was planning to go home and end his life. He'd written the notes. Made the arrangements. That meal was meant to be his last. Alexis can't breathe. He called me from that table. Crying. Said a stranger saw him. Really saw him. And gave him 7 words that reminded him why he needed to stay. Patricia's hand lands softly on Alexis's shoulder. You didn't just help him. You saved him. Tears threaten Alexis's vision. He's with us now. We're getting him real help. Therapy. Support. Everything he's needed. She nods toward the envelope. He wrote this for you. Wanted you to understand what you interrupted. Then Patricia turns to go. Thank you, Alexis. From our whole family. For being brave enough to care about a stranger. Alone, Alexis holds the envelope like it weighs 100 pounds. She waits until she's in her car, doors locked, engine on, then opens it. 3 pages. Handwritten. She begins to read. Dear Alexis, 3 hours ago, I walked into your restaurant planning for it to be my last meal. 6 months ago, I lost my wife of 42 years. Margaret. She died in our bedroom while I held her hand. 2 weeks ago, I lost my company, a hostile takeover I couldn't fight. Last week, my daughter stopped calling. Said I needed to move on. As if grief has a deadline. This morning, I woke in an empty house and couldn't think of a single reason to get out of bed. I ordered the cheapest thing on the menu to feel what it's like to have nothing. To be nothing. I wanted to know if anyone would notice. You did. You brought me a 30-cent cookie and a napkin with 7 words I will carry for the rest of my life. You matter. You are seen. Keep going. Those words reached a place inside me I thought had gone dark forever. They reminded me of the promise I made to Margaret, that I'd keep fighting. I had forgotten. You helped me remember. From that table, I called my sister. I asked for help. I called a therapist. Booked a session. I called my daughter. Left a message. I don't know what tomorrow holds. But because of you, I want to find out. You didn't just serve me soup. You served me hope. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for reminding me I still matter. With all my heart. William Harrison. Alexis finishes reading through tears. She doesn't try to stop. She sits in her car as afternoon fades to evening, holding 3 pages that changed how she sees everything. She didn't just do her job. She didn't just serve a meal. She saved someone. And nothing in her life will ever feel quite the same. 3 months later. Alexis is closing the restaurant on a Tuesday night when a familiar figure appears at the door. William. But different. The hollow exhaustion is gone. The terrible stillness replaced by something harder to define. There's color in his face now. Light in his eyes that wasn't there before. He's lost the haunted quality, gained something that looks almost like peace. Or at least the beginning of it. Hi. The single word carries weight. Recognition. Gratitude that's had 3 months to deepen into something more profound. Hi. Alexis sets down the menus she's been stacking, heart suddenly racing. They stand there for a moment, 2 people connected by a moment that changed both their lives in different ways. The restaurant is nearly empty now. Just the cleaning crew in the back. Chairs upturned on tables. The quiet that comes after service ends and the world exhales. I wanted to come back, William says. To say thank you in person. Properly. You already did. The letter wasn't enough. He takes a step closer. Reaches into his jacket, the same charcoal one from that day, and pulls out something wrapped carefully in plastic. The napkin. Still folded. Still protected like something sacred. Alexis's throat tightens. I carry this everywhere, he says. Bad days. Good days. Days when I'm not sure which it is. It reminds me that someone believed I was worth saving, even when I didn't. He holds it like it's the most valuable thing he owns. And maybe, in the ways that matter, it is. How are you? Alexis asks. Better. He nods, and the gesture carries weight. Not perfect. But better. I'm seeing a therapist. Started a grief support group. Small steps. Those are good steps. My daughter and I are talking again. Really talking. We're sorting through Margaret's things. It hurts, but we're doing it together now instead of alone. Alexis feels warmth in her chest. I'm so glad. The company's gone. That part of my life is over. He says it without bitterness. But I've started something new. A foundation in Margaret's name. For cancer research. For grief counseling. Trying to turn the loss into something that helps others. That's beautiful. It feels right. He pauses. And I wanted to give you something. He hands her a business card. Heavy stock. Embossed lettering. She reads it, eyes widening. The Margaret Harrison Foundation. Full scholarship fund for hospitality workers. In honor of Alexis Chen. William, I can't. You already did. His smile is gentle but firm. You gave me my life back with 7 words and a cookie. Let me help others the way you helped me. The card trembles in her hands. Her name. On a scholarship. Born from a moment when she chose kindness over protocol. We're funding 5 full-ride scholarships this year, he says. For people in restaurants, hotels, service. People like you, who choose to care. Alexis can't speak. He hugs her. Brief but real. The kind of hug that says thank you when words fall short. Keep being that person, he whispers. The one who notices. The one who reaches out. The world needs you. He looks down at the napkin, then places it back in his jacket pocket, right over his heart. I have therapy in an hour. Then dinner with my daughter and her family. My grandson wants to show me his science project. A real smile. Normal things. Beautiful things. Things I would have missed. He walks to the door. Hand on the handle. That day, I came to say goodbye to the world. Instead, I found someone who reminded me why I should stay in it. You saved my life, Alexis. I want you to know that. Then he's gone. Walking into the night. Through the window, Alexis watches him pause. He pulls out his phone. Smiles. Laughs. He waves to someone across the street. And as he disappears into the crowd, Alexis realizes. She didn't just save one life that day. She saved every moment that life will touch, every person William helps, every scholarship granted, every dinner, every project, every breath that follows. All of it because she noticed. Because she cared. Because she chose compassion over protocol. Because 7 words on a napkin were enough. Sometimes, not always, but sometimes, kindness is everything. If this story moved you, I need to ask you something. Because right now, somewhere out there, someone feels invisible. Alone. Convinced that no one would notice if they just gave up. And maybe, just maybe, you're the one who will see them. The one who'll make the difference. The one who chooses to care. This story isn't just about William. Or Alexis. It's about us. About what we do when we see someone silently drowning. About breaking the rules when compassion demands it. About 7 words on a napkin that saved a life. If you believe in that kind of world, where small actions create massive ripples, hit subscribe right now. Turn on the bell. Not to help the channel, but to keep hearing stories that remind us what really matters. Leave a like if this hit something deep. If it hurt, or healed, in some way. And tell me in the comments. Have you ever been Alexis? Have you ever been William? Have you ever saved someone with a simple gesture? Or been saved by one? Your story matters. Your voice matters. You matter. I'll see you in the next one.